I guess you could say we're officially in season 2. We have a brand new intro. We've been clamoring for a new intro for the Equinox. Welcome to the Equinox, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Siriani, Carl Maglowski here. We got Christian pushing the buttons. I haven't seen Christian in God knows how long. How you doing, bud?
I'm good, man. It's good to be here.
Awesome. So we have a lot to get into. I know one of the things that we wanted to, mention was the fact that we have a lot. Well, first off, NFL free agency has been on a tear the last few days. We're still waiting on a couple names, but let me just go over a couple of the names really quick. Cooper Kupp was released by the Los Angeles Rams. Whatever happens to him is to be determined. Myles Garrett got a $123.5 million guaranteed contract, and he's averaging $40 million a year in his new contract with the Browns. Sam Darnold signed with the Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf was traded by the Seahawks to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Josh Allen signed a $330 million 6-year extension with the Buffalo Bills. Josh Sweat signed with the Arizona Cardinals. Geno Smith traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Jets signed Justin Fields, and then the Giants and Steelers are still waiting for QBs. But I know you mentioned the possibility of losing Josh Sweat was kind of inevitable. But what are you going to do now to fill that gap?
So what they're going to do is they're going to go with the young players, see what they could do this year in the draft. With what they're doing is they have all this young talent.
Yeah.
You got to let the young guys see if they can play. That's why they let Josh Sweat go.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they let Darius. They just traded.
Darius Slay is gone as well.
They released Darius Slay. He went to the Steelers.
Yep.
They traded Sidney Gardner-Johnson to the Texans.
That's right.
For offensive tackle that they had.
Yeah.
They also made no sense. They traded Kenny Pickett to the Browns.
I saw that.
Dorian Thomas Smith.
Dorian Thompson Robinson. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Dorian Thomas Robinson.
Oh,
backup.
God. Yeah.
They're trying to cut payroll.
Yeah.
So they're going to still make the playoffs this year coming up.
Yeah.
They may
Win the division?
they'll win the division. With what Washington just did, with everything signed that they're doing, they're trying to win mode now.
Yeah.
With the Rams getting Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this could be Matt Stafford's last year, maybe.
Yeah, they restructured his contract in LA. Yeah.
Go all in.
Uh-huh.
So what the Eagles are trying to do is the cutting they paid, but they're moving some payroll.
Yep.
So after this season, if they don't make the Super Bowl, then next year they're gonna go when the free agency happens again.
Yep.
Go after the players.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, what's crazy is that the Giants. Well, we mentioned the Giants and Steelers have some quarterback options.
Now they're still sorry to cut you off. Now
go ahead.
Name is Aaron Rodgers. So
Yep.
It's either Giants, Steelers.
Yep.
And a dark horse is the Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings. But the thing with me is that I can't see Minnesota signing them because from what I've heard, J.J. McCarthy is the guy in Minnesota. And that's a big risk you're taking because he hurt his leg in preseason last year. I'm not sure if you want to put your faith in that. I mean, listen, J.J. McCarthy was great at the University of Michigan, but at the same time, it's like you need a support system for him, and you don't have a support system. Also, Daniel Jones signed with the Colts.
Yes.
1 year.
Yeah, so with that is he's going to compete with Anthony Richardson.
Correct.
In training camp to see who's going to be a star for the Colts.
That's actually kind of a pressure-filled situation for the young quarterback and Anthony Richardson. I can't believe Daniel Jones is actually getting another chance. I mean, this is a guy that has haunted me for years to come. But hey, listen, good to see him get another opportunity. I think the Colts are a good destination for him.
And then I also heard on the way in that the Chiefs signed Gardner Minshew.
Correct.
To be the backup for Patrick Mahomes.
That is right. So when it comes to the Giants and the Steelers, I know Aaron Rodgers' name is still out there. I heard Russell Wilson's name is still out there. Now, the perception in Pittsburgh is that you were going to sign back either Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. You were going to sign back one of them. Well, Justin Fields is gone. He's with the Jets. So now, does Russell Wilson go back to Pittsburgh? Because the thing is, like, you brought DK Metcalf there for a reason. And I think that reason is to play with his old teammate.
I don't know because he was having visits either today or tomorrow with the Giants and then with the Browns.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's apparently on a world tour. He's visiting the Browns. He's visiting the Steelers. He's visiting a lot, like probably a big portion of the teams that are looking for a QB. I think that if you're Aaron Rodgers, I think you're eyeing the Giants. Although the Giants did bring back Darius Slayton, by the way. I guess the Giants make the most sense. I mean, Pittsburgh, I know they're in win-down mode, and they've been hammered at the quarterback position for the last few years. But the thing with Aaron Rodgers is, like, you're already in New York, and people would hate you if you left the Jets and went across town. That's just how I see it.
Now, for you being a Giants fan,
yeah,
I'm checking the scoreboard here for
Go ahead.
Conference tournaments.
Go ahead.
For you being a Giants fan, you don't even want Aaron Rodgers.
Not really.
Why is... He's not going to help you.
He's not.
You won 3 games with what you had last year.
Uh-huh.
What's going to make you win 7? It's still not good enough.
No. So, like, with Aaron Rodgers, you can clearly see he's past his prime. Like, he threw 28 touchdown passes. I know we had another producer here who said, 28 touchdown passes, that's just a bad season for Aaron Rodgers. That's a good season for a lot of QBs. Listen, if you're not getting 40 touchdown passes a year and a 105 QBR, that's bad. Like, that's what Aaron Rodgers is accustomed to doing. 40 touchdowns, 105 QBR. And if you don't know what QBR is, it's quarterback rating.
Yes.
And the max is 158.3. Aaron Rodgers is not, well, this past season, Aaron Rodgers was not accurate. He took a beating because the Jets' offensive line is not good. So you're telling me that if you're Aaron Rodgers, you want to go to another offensive line that's not as good or even worse? I mean, listen, I know I said Aaron Rodgers to the Giants, but at the same time, like, I just can't see it working out.
No.
I would laugh hysterically if he goes to Minnesota. Because you know what that means, right?
Yeah, because he played for the Packers.
Yeah.
Brett Favre.
Yeah, but it'd be like Brett Favre 2.0. And then you could say in 2036, Jordan Love will go to the Jets. And then go to the Vikings the very next year. It's kind of crazy to me just to see... how NFL free agency is pending. We're still waiting. Like I said, we're still waiting on a couple names. The Bucks brought back Chris Godwin.
Yes,
that was a good move. We're also. I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of moves. We mentioned Max Crosby on the last show. That was insane. I'm trying to think who's still out there that could potentially.
Joey Bosa went to. Was it Nick? Joey Bosa. He went to.
Joey Bosa went somewhere. Yeah, I heard his name pop up.
Chargers,
he went to the Chargers. Yeah, he went to the Chargers. So Joey Bosa's staying in LA because that was where he originally ended. Nick Bosa's in San Francisco. The Niners, I heard, are looking to move on from a couple players. I know Robert Saleh's back as their defensive coordinator. We don't know exactly who they're going to move on from. I heard Brandon Ayuk's name floating around.
Well, they just released Kyle Juszczyk.
That was actually surprising when I saw that. When they released Juszczyk away, they're still trying to figure things out. I don't know if Brock Purdy's the guy moving forward. I think that Brock Purdy, he brought them to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, once upon a time. But to me, the Niners, if you're pressing the reset button because you got hampered with injuries 2 of the last 4 years,
right?
That's not necessarily building a foundation.
No.
So I don't know what John Lynch, the Niners general manager, is thinking with all these moves. I know, you had the Super Bowl hangover where you again had the injury bug,
right?
But again, that's not how you manage a team. And also, the Rams brought Jimmy Garoppolo back. That's another move that, it's a low key move,
right?
But again, a lot of free agency moves have been made. There's still a lot to be determined. We're still waiting on what's going to happen with. George Pickens. His name has been floating around in Pittsburgh because now they got DK Metcalf. You're wondering, do we keep George Pickens now? Do we sign him to a long-term deal?
Well, that's what I don't know. From what I heard was you have Pickens and Metcalf.
Yeah, why would you want to get rid of one of them?
Right.
So
I think if you're the Steelers, you'd be stupid to get rid of George Pickens. I would be
And then Najee Harris signed with the new team too.
That's correct. Where did he sign?
Oh, let's see.
I know he signed somewhere else. I just forget where he signed. The Panthers released Miles Sanders, by the way, after 2 seasons. Short-lived.
Well, they have Chuba Hubbard.
Well, they have Chuba Hubbard, yeah, and Chuba Hubbard's actually really good. Also, they have a couple other backs in Carolina. J.C. Horn also signed a 4-year, $100 million contract.
Let's see.
First DB to sign a $100 million contract. That was actually kind of good. Watch out for the Panthers next season.
So the Raiders got Mostert from the Dolphins.
They got Raheem Mostert?
Yes.
No kidding.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Mason Rudolph is going back to the Steelers to be the backup.
Oh, boy. I hope Myles Garrett doesn't come for him.
Let's see here.
We're still waiting. What? I'm just curious where Najee Harris signed.
Hold on. I'm looking.
No, let's sit down. Take your time.
I'm on here. I'm on it.
As mentioned before, Carolina could be on the up and up this upcoming season.
They got Mac Jones went to the Niners.
No way.
2-year deal.
Wow.
So Mac Jones went to the Niners.
What a bust he turned out to be, huh?
Yep. So he went there.
Wow.
And DeMarcus Lawrence went to the Seahawks. Yeah. He's out.
Repeat that again?
DeMarcus Lawrence went to the Seahawks.
Didn't that dude retire?
No, sorry. Was it maybe Dexter Lawrence?
Dexter Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm like, holy smokes. That
Dexter
dude.
Lawrence.
That dude's in the Hall of Fame by now.
Dexter Lawrence.
Oh, boy. Dexter Lawrence. Oh, that sucks. The Giants are going to be better this year. I'm still waiting to hear where Najee Harris went. Christian, hate to put you on the spot, but one of the things that our producer does for the Equinox is that he helps us out. He gets on Google, and then there you go. So, not my love with marriage.
What am I looking at?
You're looking up where Najee Harris went. So, I'm just going to type in Najee Harris, and then we'll see. Nagee. Najee. Excuse me, my bad. It'll probably spell correct. There you go. He went to the Chargers. Wow.
Yeah, with Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, but they also got J.K. Dobbins over there too. Or no, he signed a 1-year contract last season. Make sure you keep that ESPN up and running because you never know what we might need, Christian. God bless you. So Najee Harris is with the Chargers now with Jim Harbaugh. I know the Chargers had a very, very bad playoff exit last season, so that's gonna be interesting. So that was the signs. But I do want to get into MLB really quick because we do have a myriad of injuries in New York baseball. We discussed this a little bit on the radio show with Rider University, who, by the way, was eliminated by Quinnipiac in the first round of the second round of the MAC tournament championship. Sorry, Ryder. Quinnipiac they just came to play. Garrett Cole is getting Tommy John surgery. He is out for 2025 and part of 2026.
Yep.
Giancarlo Stanton is out for 2025 for elbow surgery, and then Francisco Alvarez of the Mets is out for 6 to 8 weeks with a hand injury.
Yep. So you just extended in the offseason.
We extended Garrett Cole.
Mr. Cole. He wanted more money, so you gave it to him, and now he's out for a year and a half.
Horrible.
And Stanton is out all of this year, too.
Horrible.
And you got Luis Gil out until at least June or July.
Putrid.
Yeah. So you were saying now they're not going to make the playoffs. They may.
I would be surprised if the Yankees go above 500 this year. I would be surprised. And the reason why I say that is because of the above 500 streak that's been going on since 1992. I would be surprised if the Yankees go above 500.
Now I understand where you're coming from, where they're not going to. They're losing a top pitcher.
Yeah.
And then
top pitcher, top batter,
one of the top hitters in the lineup.
Yeah.
And also another piece in rotation. So I don't know why. I understand why you have third place, but I'm shocking that Sal said he could still.
He thinks they're going to be a wild card. I
don't know.
I don't know what Sal is thinking.
So when we see him,
no offense, Sal.
When we see him Sunday, we're going to ask him that question.
Yeah, we're going to put him on the spot because that's a really radical take to say that the Yankees are going to be a third place team despite the injuries they're got. It's bad. Like I can't fathom. Like this is the definition of a World Series hangover. Like really a World Series hangover.
So now you have Max Fried be your number one.
Yeah.
Then you're going to who? Then after
Fried, then I guess
Carlos Rodon.
Carlos Rodon is second.
Then Marcus Stroman.
Marcus Stroman would have to suck it up.
be the third starter.
And then I guess Clark Schmidt, but although he's day to day right now, he's 4.
Who's now your fifth?
5? Oh God, 5. Oh God. Well, we got rid of Cody Poteet, so that's the problem. Will Warren, maybe.
I have no.
Will Warren. I can't see it being Will Warren. Like if the Yankees need to sign another starter, or at least a caliber pitcher. Like think of it. Sal said this in the chat with us that we're in. Getting rid of Michael King now, looking back on it, was a big mistake. Because if this was going to happen, at least you had a capable starter. And look how Michael King is doing in San Diego. So now the Yankees are really kicking themselves right now with the moves they made. I mean, and for what? Juan Soto lasted 1 year.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah. So now with Stanton being out officially for the year, now who's going to be their DH?
Their DH. I mean, I think Spencer Jones should be called up. I would also not be against, Ben Rice. But again, like, there's not a lot of good bats in the lineup right now as it is. Like, Aaron Judge is like the only. He has no protection.
So this is what they're going to do. So if it's going to be, say they have, they're not going to lead off Judge.
No.
But say Judge will hit maybe
Third.
3.
Well, he always hits third. So.
But now you can do third. So you can pitch. You can watch how you pitch to Bellinger.
Yeah.
And if they do Judge Bellinger, then Judge will have something. Judge will have to get something to hit.
Well, I think it will be.
Or what they could do is, if they do Judge Bellinger, and maybe
Judge Bellinger Goldie, yeah,
they'll probably pitch around Judge like they do.
They do that all the time, yeah.
And then they're gonna want to see if Goldie and Bellinger. But basically, you see if Bellinger and Goldie can hit him. Basically, pay for what just walking Judge all the time.
Pretty much. I mean, listen, I don't even know who's going to lead off this year. If it's Bellinger and Goldschmidt 1 and 2, I mean, I like Volpe bat. Like if I had to make my batting order for the Yankees right now, Jazz bats first. Then I would have Volpe bat second. Then I have Judge bat third. I guess Spencer Jones bats fourth. And then Goldschmidt, this is bad. Goldschmidt bats fifth. Bellinger bats sixth. 7, not Austin Wells. LeMahieu, I guess. Or no.
Don't scare me. It doesn't scare me.
LeMahieu bats third. He's even hurt too.
Doesn't scare me. Your line don't scare me.
7 is Dominguez. 8 is Austin Wells, and then 9 is, I guess, LeMahieu when he's back.
That line don't scare me.
That's a terrible lineup.
That lineup does not scare me.
That's a terrible, terrible lineup.
That lineup
like
does not scare me.
a massive downgrade from last year.
Does not scare me.
Yep.
No.
Horrible.
So you're saying 82 wins?
80.
80? So
80.
You're going to say 80 and 82.
Yes.
I think they'll go 85 and 77 and won't be enough.
That's what the projections are saying. I'm saying that's really generous.
85 and 77 is not enough.
85 and 77 is generous. That's not happening. Well, it took 84 wins for Detroit to make it to the playoffs last year. Or no, they won 86.
Yeah.
The Mets won 84 games. That's who won 84. But this is the American.
They won 87.
They won 87?
Yeah, they were 87 and 75.
I'm pretty someone got it with 84, 85 wins. Somebody did.
Not last year, nobody did.
Somebody did. It had to be. That's the 1984 Mets.
No, what am I looking up?
Oh, the Mets, the 2024 Mets.
They won 87. They were 87 and 75.
They are 89 73.
Right.
They did better than that.
89.
They did better than that. That's actually really good. Yeah, 85 is not going to get done. I'd be actually no one. Actually, I think you're right, Carl. No one won 85 games and made the playoffs. So it's a very, very bad situation.
Last time I think that happened was
Had to be 2023, right?
when the Cardinals won the Central.
I think you're right.
Back in 2011 or 12.
Yeah, I think they won the World Series that year.
Yeah,
They won the World Series that year because I remember like the Cardinals won 2011 with a very mediocre roster. And then 2006, they won with 83 wins. They won 83 games in 2006.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. So I do want to get into more things about NBA. We'll get into a lot more about college basketball later. Oklahoma City clinched their playoff spot with a win over the Boston Celtics. The Knicks won 2 games without Jalen Brunson, which is nuts. Mikal Bridges hit an amazing buzzer beater last night in Portland.
Okay.
And then, Portland Trail, but I'm probably going to be eating crow soon. I did say that if the Portland Trail Blazers would make the playoffs, I would be avoid a, what was it, a liver sandwich? Liverwurst sandwich? Oh, God. The 4th seed in the Eastern Conference is interesting because by win percentage, or by games above 500, the Bucks, Pacers, and Pistons are 4, 5, and 6, but they all have the same,
right?
Wins games above 500. They're all 8 games above 500 or something like that. That's crazy. And think of it this way: if you get the 6th seed, you're playing the Knicks. No one wants to play the Knicks right now, especially if Jalen Brunson comes back.
It doesn't matter. Round 2. They're playing the champs, and the Knicks ain't going to beat the champs.
No, I agree with you.
Celtics.
Well, my friend James Hartman's like, well, if the Celtics play the Hawks in round 1, they might no.
Celtics will go back to the finals.
Yeah, it's going to be Cavs and
Celtics in the finals.
It's going to be Cavs, Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Cavaliers can't be stopped, by the way. They've won 19 of 20 games since January 4th.
But Celtics already know how to get to the finals.
They do.
They're just waiting until the playoffs.
They're just waiting. Like, at this point, it's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically like they're bound to come together. The Celtics and the Cavaliers.
Now for the West, are you thinking it's going to be?
I think Oklahoma City takes it.
You think it's going to be Thunder? Nuggets in the finals?
I can get behind that. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Because now LeBron's out for a week or two, right?
LeBron's out for a week or two. I think by the time he comes back, he's going to be a little bit less powerful than pre-injury. But Luka Doncic has been on a roll with the Los Angeles Lakers since he got traded there. Oh, by the way, can I mention one quick thing? I don't understand the Dallas Mavericks don't understand basic finances 101. So the Dallas Mavericks upped their ticket prices by 8% post-Luka trade.
Right.
I don't understand that one bit. Because you make a trade after you up your ticket prices if Luka's still there. What happened?
All right, so now we have so far with the Lakers falling off with the last week or so.
Yes.
So right now Oklahoma City is the 1 seed in the West.
Yes, we know that.
The Grizzlies are the 2.
Grizzlies are 2, huh?
Yep. Denver, which is the 3.
Okay.
I won't be surprised if Jokic wins another MVP. The Joker's phenomenal.
I think him and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander are neck and neck.
The 4 seed is the Lakers.
Okay.
The 5 seed is the Rockets.
Okay.
6, and avoiding the play right now, is the Warriors.
I can't believe Golden State went up to 6 since the Jimmy Butler trade.
Is the Timberwolves.
7 is Minnesota, huh? Wow.
8 is the Clippers.
8 is the Clip City.
9 is the Kings.
All right.
10 is the Mavericks.
How?
And
11, I think, is Phoenix, correct?
Phoenix is 11. Your team is
Portland.
13.
They're 13?
They are 5 games behind the Mavericks.
Oh, come on, Portland.
5 games.
Please, Portland.
So they are 28 and 39.
Wow, that's so bad.
33 and 34.
That's so bad. That is so terribly bad.
So in the East, you got Cleveland as the 1.
Yep.
Celtics are the 2.
By a long shot.
So they are 4.5 games over the Knicks for the 3 seed.
And then the Knicks are 3.
Knicks are 3. Bucks are 4.
Yep.
Pacers 5.
Yep.
Pistons 6.
Uh-huh.
Hawks are 7. 8 is Magic. The Heat are 9.
Right.
Bulls are 10.
Gotcha.
No one else is catching the Bulls. The Bulls are going to be playing probably Miami.
God dang it,
or
Brooklyn.
Orlando.
God dang it,
and,
Brooklyn.
Right now, Brooklyn is
14.
5 games behind the Bulls.
Where are they, 11 or 12?
They are 12th.
12, wow.
Yes.
Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? In the garbage. That's where Brooklyn at right now.
And I ain't talking about the Sixers because they're shutting everybody down.
The Sixers are done. I think once Joel Embiid got injured and was out for the year, I think everyone just kind of like, okay, we're done. I do want to get into March Madness, though, because we have quite a few things to discuss, Carl.
Yes, we do.
Quite a few things to discuss. I do want to give a shout out to the teams that actually won today. If you go to March Madness right here, or NCAA basketball, we started the day with a banger. Indiana, who was one of the last 4 teams and lost handily to Oregon, 72-59. St. John's beat Butler 78-57 in the quarterfinals of the Big East tournament. That was no surprise. Cooper Flag hurt, but Duke still won by 8. They didn't cover.
Their other major rebounder.
Yeah.
We dislocated his shoulder again.
That is correct, yeah.
So they're definitely out for the rest of the week.
Yeah, they're done for the ACC tournament.
So now, if North Carolina wins tomorrow night against them, does that give them the final nail in the coffin that they'll win the tournament, or they got to win the whole thing on Saturday?
If North Carolina wins the whole ACC tournament,
if they just win tomorrow,
and
lose Saturday, are they in?
Good question.
Now, because you have Flag out and
Cooper Flag and Malik Willis, I think his name is. No, not Malik Willis. Malik Andrews. I got the tweet right here. Hold on, let me take a look. I think it's Malik Andrews. I think you're right. Malik Brown. Malik Brown went out. Yeah, he hurt his shoulder. I think if they win tomorrow, yes, they're in. If they win the ACC tournament, then, well, that's a shoo-in.
They're in automatically.
They're in automatically because you win your conference tournament. But, wow, that's what a turn of events. And if you watch the injury full scale, Cooper Flag landed hard. I think his ankle went in a 270-degree angle and then it twisted.
Right. So, Matt, if you don't mind,
go ahead.
Go over some scores right now.
Go right ahead.
So right now, with 4:36 left in the second half, we have Morgan State beating Howard 80-69. That's the MEAC quarterfinal tournament.
Wow.
We have Iona in the quarterfinal for the MAC. Playing in Atlantic City, beating Manhattan 77-65.
That game's soon to be over.
Yeah, with 34 seconds left in the second half.
Yeah.
In the Big Ten tournament in Indianapolis, second round, we got Illinois 69, Iowa 60, 13:33 left in the second half.
I think Illinois just scored a bucket because on my end I got 71-60. But either way, Illinois is up. Yeah.
We have in the MAC quarterfinal. 4:28 left in the first half. Kent State 32, Western Michigan 20.
Correct.
In the Conference USA quarterfinal, 13:37 left in the second half.
Yep.
Kennesaw State 51, New Mexico State 42.
Wow.
At the half, in the Big 12 tournament quarterfinal, we got Texas Tech 52, Baylor 39.
Uh-huh.
In the ACC quarterfinal, we have 13th-ranked Louisville trailing Stanford 33-30 at the half.
That's actually surprising.
Okay. At the AAC second round, 16 seconds left in the first half. Temple's beating Tulsa 40-28.
Wow.
Here's a shocker in the Big East tournament quarterfinal at the half. DePaul 36, Creighton 21.
Are you kidding me?
Yep, 36-21 DePaul.
Oh my God. That's a shocker. And then Mississippi State versus Missouri tipped off just not too long ago. It's 8-5 there.
Yeah, so yours is a little up. So I got in 14:25 left in the first half, I got St. Joe's leading LaSalle 11-6 in the second round of the A10.
Yeah. So let's go over who won, though. I got this part. I mentioned St. John's and Butler. Duke won barely. Wichita State beat South Florida 73-68. BYU barely scratched and clawed past Iowa State 96-92. Ole Miss beat Arkansas off a cold-blooded 3 at the end 83-80. Toledo beat Ohio in the MAC tournament 90-85 in overtime. Alabama State beat Texas Southern in the SWAC conference tournament 84-79. St. Louis beat Davidson 83-75 in the A10 tournament. North Carolina beat Wake Forest 68-59. Marquette edged past Xavier 89-87. Wisconsin beat Northwestern by 7, 70-63. New Mexico beat San Jose State 63-52. FAU beat Charlotte 64-59, closer than many people expected. Houston beat Colorado 77-68. Texas in double overtime got the biggest win of their season against Texas A&M, 94-89. Miami of Ohio beat Eastern Michigan 81-75. George Washington University beat Fordham 88-81, and then Boise State in a battle of bubble teams took down San Diego State 62-52.
All right. Yep.
Whew. Now, let me tell you something. There were a couple of bad beats today. I will say that. There's a couple of bad beats. First off, the biggest bad beat is Xavier, because if you had Marquette minus 2.5, Ron Conwell of Xavier hit a 3 when it didn't even matter, when Marquette was up by 5. So that's a bad beat right there. I had Houston beating Colorado by 18.5. I bet Colorado minus 18.5. Houston winning by 18.5 against Colorado, and they won by 9. So that stunk. Duke, 22.5 point favorite, lost. But they didn't lose to Georgia Tech outright, but they barely got by them. They only won by 8. So those were some bad beats for today. St. John's covered Butler easily. They were a 12.5 point favorite. St. John's won by 21.
Okay.
Now, if we go to, and Christian can be a good man and pull up the bracketology. Well, actually, we'll have 2 bracketologies up. One tab is going to have Jerry Palm of CBS Sports. And then the other tab is going to have Joe Lenardi. So if you go to bracketology, that should be somewhere over there.
You assume like I know what bracketology is?
You gotta tell Chris, man.
So bracketology is basically a bracket prediction of what the NCAA tournament bracket could be.
Okay.
That's what bracketology is. That's the word of the day, bracketology. So it's the bottom of that one.
That is correct.
Okay. So coming into today, Indiana, San Diego State, Xavier, and Boise State were Jerry Palm's last 4 in, and then also playing in the first 4 was American University. Congratulations to American University winning the Patriot League.
Right.
SIUE won. I think it was the what conference was that? It was a conference I know. Jackson State is currently the projected winner of they're hopefully to be the winner of the SWAC conference.
Right.
And then your boys, St. Francis, Pennsylvania, won the Northeast Conference tournament. They beat a heavily talented Central Connecticut State team.
I think it was 49-47 they beat them.
Yeah, barely, by the skin of their teeth. And then if you look on the right-hand side, there's your first 4 in. But let's go to the first 4 out. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see, there we go. North Carolina won today. Wake Forest lost today, so they're done.
Wake's in the NIT.
Dayton is still hanging around. Colorado State, we're still waiting to see what they do. And then if you go, and then I don't know if the bubble teams are over there. Well, if you scroll down a little bit more, but let's just take a look at the seeds right now where they stand. St. John's is projected to be a 3 seed. They could be a 2 seed now that Texas A&M lost. That could be a possibility. Like right now, your 4 number 1 seeds are as follows: Duke, Houston, Auburn, and Florida. Maryland's a strong 4 seed. That could be really interesting. I like St. John's being a 2 seed. That'll probably be like the last 2 seed in the bracket. But if you go all the way down to the page where the bubble is, Baylor's still up there. Boise State, they won, so they're gonna probably stay safe. Colorado State, again, the Mountain West trying to get more teams in there. Indiana's done. Losing by 13 is not good. North Carolina. I'll tell you what, Carl. If you look at this bubble right here, I think Xavier's going to stick around in the last 4 in. I don't know about you. I think Xavier's going to stick around.
Maybe.
Because they're in the last 4 in right now. This is just the bubble right now as it stands right now.
Let me see here.
It's possible, though.
Quad 1. No, 1-8. No.
What, Xavier? That's a bad quad one record.
The last 10 is. Oh man, I don't know what the last 10 is, but
Their last 10 games. Their last 10 games. How they've done the last 10 games.
they're not showing it. So that's pretty bad. 1-8.
1-8 quad one is not good.
No.
I think people are saying, well, Xavier covered against Marquette. That doesn't really mean anything.
No.
You had to win.
I think North Carolina is 1-11.
I think, well, North Carolina has a bad quad one record. Their quad one record is terrible. But you know what? If they beat Duke tomorrow, then that's going to
I think they're
improve.
going to win the whole thing.
Well, they have to win the whole thing. If they don't win the whole thing, then they're done.
I think they're going to win tomorrow and Saturday.
I agree.
They got to win the whole tournament.
I agree. Indiana's done. Mike Woodson's done there.
I think Baylor, because of all the quad ones,
They have the best one.
they are the best. They're 5-11. Yeah, they have one more. But I'm gonna be surprised if West Virginia or maybe Boise, because Boise just beat
San Diego State. Yeah.
So I think West Virginia and Boise could get in there because they just knocked out San Diego State.
That's correct.
And quad one is about the same, but look at Boise's net over San Diego State.
Yeah. That's actually kind of big.
I think Boise. I think they're playing
They're playing New Mexico.
tomorrow.
Yeah, they're playing New Mexico
If they beat
tomorrow.
New Mexico tomorrow, they're locked again.
Absolutely. So let's go back up to the bracket now, like the actual bracket that Joe Lenardi or Jerry Palm has. Okay. The one seeds are looking like the same. A sneaky team in this bracket so far. Like we have a few days before the bracket's actually revealed. Watch out for Drake. I have like a big crush on Drake. I don't know why, but like the university is just like really good at basketball. They made the tournament last year, winning the MVC, but they're so good. I also like a sneaky underdog, Vandy. I guess Vandy in like a 7-10 game, they do really well. Wofford won the. Let's congratulate the teams that actually won their conference tournaments. McNeese won their conference tournament. Troy won their conference tournament. They won the Sun Belt. Then we got, Bryan hasn't won the American East yet, but they're looking like it. Like I said, St. Francis won the Northeast Conference. American University won the Patriot League. We have Lipscomb won I think it was the ASUN Conference Championship. And then we have other teams. So the Ivy League is where I want to touch on next because the Ivy League is very simplistic.
One big thing.
One bid league, but also 4 teams make the tournament.
I think they should change it. I think they should let all 8 compete next year.
I agree. It's just very stale when you have 4 teams compete. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick the Ivy League title game or the Ivy League tournament because it's very small, and we're going to pick who we think will win. So the 1 seed, the Yale Bulldogs taking on the Princeton Tigers, 1-4. Who wins that?
I'm going Homer.
You're going Yale?
No.
Oh.
Go for Yale.
You're going for Princeton.
I'm going for Princeton, bro.
Princeton. Okay, all right. I'm going to say Yale just because they're really solid on all fronts. And I've seen them play Princeton twice, and they've dominated Princeton on I think, one of the occasions. Then we got Dartmouth and Cornell in the second semifinal. Who wins that?
Cornell.
Cornell? I agree. All right, so we have Yale and Cornell, or Yale, Princeton, Cornell. Who comes out of that?
I want Princeton to come out of it. I'm going Princeton. I think Princeton's going to win the. It's probably not going to happen. I'm picking Princeton to win the Ivy.
I'm picking Cornell to win the Ivy. I think if there's one thing that March has taught us is that the unexpected can happen. And Cornell, I think, is like the perfect sleeper dark horse candidate of the four to actually win the tournament.
Because the last couple games, they've been scoring over 100 points.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Cornell is like a machine as of late. Now we're going to transition over to Joe Lenardi's bracket, which is the other tab over there.
How do you spell Joe?
Oh no, it's Joe. So there's like a bracketology tab somewhere. Okay. I'll be out there, Christian. I got you, buddy. So you go back to the tab right there. Second tab with the Google tab.
Oh, okay. Here.
Okay. Then you go to NCAAM. And then there's like a bracketology tab. There you go. There we go. Christian, my man. So, first team out is it? Oh, they already updated this?
Yeah,
Wait, when was this updated? Go for a second.
2 hours ago.
2 hours ago?
Yes.
Damn, they're quick. Joe Lenardi's quick.
Yeah, because people lose.
All right, so if we scroll down, Indiana's the first team out. They're finished. Texas is the last team in. Let's take a look at the rest of the bubbles. So scroll down a little bit more. San Diego State, well, they lost, so they're going to fall out of the last 4 in category. Texas barely got in. Xavier, they're being really generous to Xavier, and I honestly don't blame them.
Okay.
Indiana's done. Ohio State's done. Boise State's going to move. So here's what I think. The way things went, because I don't think they updated this like officially. I think Boise State replaces San Diego State in the last 4 in category because of the head-to-head.
Right.
And then I think North Carolina stays in there. I think Texas stays in there. And I think Xavier stays in there. And then the next 4 out, no one really cares about that. Although Dayton can make a play.
All right, so here's the thing.
Yep.
If Boise wins tomorrow against New Mexico,
Yep. They're locked.
they're going to leapfrog over San Diego State.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
so right now, if this holds up, they have Xavier playing Texas either Tuesday or Wednesday
Yep.
in a round of 68.
Now, also what this does, if you go... well, I don't need to go down there. What with Texas getting in the last 4 in, guess what that means? For the SEC.
14 teams.
Correct. 14 of 68 teams would be in the NCAA tournament if this stands.
And right now they have San Diego State playing North Carolina in the first round game in Dayton, either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Like I said, I think North Carolina would have to win the ACC tournament to guarantee themselves a spot in the tourney. And they would also avoid the last 4 in.
Now,
And then West Virginia would fall in that spot.
Right now, if everything holds up, if Villanova doesn't beat UConn tonight, if UConn gets past Villanova in the late game and they're tomorrow in the semifinals
Yep.
against DePaul,
Yes.
okay? If UConn wins the Big East tournament,
Yep.
they're not going to be an 8 seed. They'll probably be maybe
A 6?
5 or a 6.
I say 6.
So they're gonna if they win a tournament, they'll move up. St. John's, if they make it to the final,
They'll be a 4 or 5
no. If they make it to the final, Big East final,
and lose.
tomorrow they play Marquette.
That's correct. That's going to be a good game, by the
If
way.
they lose to UConn on Saturday, by them getting to the final, I think they could probably sneak in as a 2.
Yeah.
But they're locked in as a 3 no matter what.
Yeah, well, St. John's has been phenomenal all season long, and like they proved it today against Butler. Vanderbilt dropped a little bit to the last 4 buys, but they're okay. They're safe.
So, Chris, can you pull up a little bit down and see where everyone's going right now?
All right,
So right now, you got in this South region,
in Atlanta.
you got Auburn basically staying close to their campus.
Yeah.
So all they got to do is to go to Kentucky and then Atlanta at Phillips Arena.
They're staying in the South.
Or maybe they're going to be having a game at the Georgia Dome.
Pretty much.
Yeah, for the regional final.
Yeah.
So right now they're staying there. Marquette Baylor, right now is the 8-9. Oregon is a 5. Right now they're playing San Diego, UC
San Diego, yeah.
San Diego. Clemson, now they're sneaky.
I like Clemson a lot.
If they win, if they make it to the ACC championship, they can move up. But right, they're a sleeper right now. Akron is all MAC qualified because they have them winning the MAC.
Yeah.
Kansas, they won last night in overtime over
Barely against UCF.
UCF.
They survived.
So right now, that's gonna be a good matchup. If that holds up, Texas A&M and Kansas,
I like that. Utah Valley, yeah.
Missouri, Michigan. Watch out for Michigan State.
I like Michigan State a lot.
So
As a 2 seed, yeah.
watch out for them.
They're going to destroy Bryant. Missouri dropped to 7. They're going to face Utah State if this holds up.
Now, right now, in the Prudential, where for the East at the Rock,
Yep.
I can see where if those two guys are hurt, Flag will be back. But if Brown can't play because it was dislocated,
Yeah, if Malik Brown can't play, I think
gonna hurt
Duke's at a
Duke.
significant disadvantage in the second round.
Watch out for Tennessee.
I like Tennessee a lot, too.
In this region. Watch out for them because they could beat people up against Duke.
Pretty good,
you
yeah.
know, so
They're pretty good.
they're sneaky over there. How BYU's been playing the last 3 weeks. They're playing real hot right now.
They just knocked off Iowa State.
Maryland's
so-
sneaky.
Maryland, I like Maryland a lot. They could be up for some big things.
Gonzaga now won in
They won the
West Coast-
WCC.
WCC West Coast Conference. Now they move up as a 7. Now Oklahoma, they've been
hot.
well, in the beginning of conference play, they weren't that good. But now what they've been doing, now they're solidified. They're in the field.
Yes.
Losing record in the SEC, what were they?
They were 6-12.
6-12.
They were 6-12 in conference play.
Now they're winning games.
And then they got that massive win against Georgia in the SEC tournament. They're playing Kentucky tonight. If they win that, then they're shooing.
Yeah. Right now in the West, we have.
If we scroll down, my good friend Christian.
Here we go.
There you go. There you go. There.
So
Florida.
Mexico now against UConn. That could change. UConn can be a higher seed.
Yeah.
Um,
No, we can't take calls right now. Florida, Norfolk State, UConn, New Mexico.
I don't see no one. UCLA, no. Wisconsin, no. Arizona's like not a normal Arizona team.
Yeah.
I think Florida is safe in this region.
Yeah, I think there's no real competition. There's no real threat in this region.
Houston's getting bounced.
Houston get bounced, huh?
Houston's not gonna make it.
Wow.
If it's not by let's see.
Louisville, maybe?
No. Memphis, Georgia, no. If it's not by Purdue,
Alabama?
Alabama.
I think Alabama can do it. They look like the ones that could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. So, like I said, 14 teams in the SEC could make this thing. This might be a banner year for the SEC.
Yeah, because Houston, if they can't score, they can defend. But if they can't score, it's gonna hurt them because you're playing a 16 seed.
Yeah, Quinnipiac.
No. Houston today. Houston's playing Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Houston won by 9 points, and you should beat them by at least up by 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nuts. I think what's actually kind of crazy going into this tournament is that I think this is a year for lower seeds. That's why I think is going on here. Sorry, my girlfriend Sammy Myers is texting me like crazy. Oh, I love you, Sammy. But I think that you look at this whole bracket.
Right.
Who could be? So, do you think that this is correct? Do you think this will be how it's going to end up at when it's all said and done? Do you think that maybe Dayton can make a move? Because if you go back up to the next 4 out category, all the way up at the top, Dayton could.
This one?
Yeah, that one. Dayton could be the only one that makes a move.
Right now. We still have
Because Dayton's the only team in that next 4 out that can make a move. Because UC Irvine, I don't really know what's going on there. Wake Forest is done. Villanova is done. Colorado State, depending on what happens to them, they're done. Boise State.
Dayton plays tomorrow
Yes.
in the quarterfinal.
Against whoever the
Yeah. So
11th seed is, correct?
You gotta see what the bracket is right now for
The A10.
yes. Chris, can you look up the Atlantic 10 bracket, please?
Yeah, the A10 tournament, the Atlantic 10 is the Atlantic 10 tournament. Let's see what's going on there. Yeah, that one. That's good. So let's take a look at this bracket right now.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Chris. We appreciate you.
It's not seen. It's not all there, but just
Wait, hold on. Scroll down a little bit more. I just want to make sure. Oh, it's probably it's cut off. That stinks.
Dayton is.
Oh, there we go.
Dayton's a 3 seed.
Dayton's either going to play St. Joe's or the winner of
LaSalle.
UMass or LaSalle.
Playing
Yeah.
St. Joe's or the Sal tomorrow.
I think they're going to get St. Joseph's, and if they beat St. Joseph's, well, you got to remember Dayton was the third best team in the A10 this year, behind George Mason and obviously VCU. VCU is going to win that tournament.
Yeah,
but to me, I just think that if Dayton can make the finals of the A10 and all the teams ahead of them falter, then right there you got a chance at maybe making the bubble.
Possible, because
they did beat UConn in Hawaii earlier this season.
Yeah, they did.
So they have a good chance to do something this year in the conference tourney. Again, it just takes a lot of preparation, a lot of luck. George Mason's a good team, though, not for nothing. Let's not get that twisted. Now, one last thing I do want to mention, and this is in the realms of the NHL, Alexander Ovechkin is 9 goals away with 17 games to go in the regular season to break Wayne Gretzky's all-time scoring record. We've talked about this all the time, but significant because it's a record that we thought would never be broken.
Correct.
Now, if I go on my phone here, I'm going to give Christian a little bit of a breather. So if I go on my phone here,
What do you need?
whoever the Washington Capitals are playing tonight. So the Washington Capitals are playing in their NHL game tonight. They are playing the Los Angeles Kings in the West Coast. Does Ovechkin score a goal tonight?
I say yes.
I say yes, too. Because the pace that he's on, it's every other game.
Right.
That's how he needs to play. And what I love the most is that this Capitals team is unselfish. If you watch their games, they're literally they're giving him the puck so he can have chances to score. Right. I love that. But then last night or a couple nights ago, he had a chance to score a goal.
Okay.
But they gave it to a team. But he gave it to a teammate of his because he wanted a hat trick for him.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
That was so generous.
That's a good teammate.
That's a good teammate. He was unselfish about it.
Now I have a question for you.
Yes.
So they've been I've been reading for the past couple of weeks.
Yep.
I don't understand why they're doing it, but say the teams who don't make the NCAA tournament or the NIT or the CBI tournament or the CIT tournament. There's a 16 team another tournament that's held in Vegas.
What's it? Oh, I've heard about this.
Now, why are they doing this? What it's between the Big East and the SEC or Big
it's a Big East, SEC, Big 12, Big 10 cluster. That's what it is.
Now if they win and they get a trophy, what's it? Why are they doing that?
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. I've heard about this tournament. I wasn't really a fan of it when I first heard it, but there's one reason why they're doing this.
Why? Money?
Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
Now where's it gonna be? Now who's gonna be broadcasting this stuff?
Probably FS1. It can't be TBS, CBS, True TV, or whatever that channel My 600-Pound Life is on.
Is this going to be during regional final weekend?
Yes, it's during the Final Four weekend. It's during Final Four weekend they're doing this.
Let me see. Let's see this.
What is this tournament even called?
Hold on here. I heard.
It sounds like it's to me some type of
new basketball tournament.
New basketball tournament in Vegas.
16-team tournament, Chris.
Yeah. Chris has been the MVP tonight. Thank you so much, Chris. We appreciate
Here it
it. The college basketball crown. 16 teams from the Big East, the Big 12, and other conferences. So, again, I don't understand the logic behind this.
From March 31st to April 6th.
Yeah.
But if that's only a week long, you can't play every night, so it's every other night?
Well, it says March 31st. Yeah, I guess it's every other night. I don't understand this. It's money, guys. It's all money.
So it's all basically Big 10, Big 12, and Big East.
Yes.
That makes no sense. Why?
Yeah, I don't get this. I don't get this.
I don't get it.
Again, it's money. It's a cash grab.
Chris, can you go down a little bit?
One last thing, Chris, and then we're gonna end the show. I promise, Chris.
College basketball crown. Can you hit on that up there? Hit that link.
This one?
A little more. Right here.
Whoa, that one.
Yeah.
The college basketball crown. This was established last year. This is brand spanking new. The automatic qualifiers for each of the Big East, Big 12, and Big 10 conferences, as well as the at-large teams, will be selected from the pool of teams that did not qualify for March Madness. Although the official announcement of the launching of the tournament provided no details regarding Selection Sunday.
Basically,
Such a
are you
criteria.
going to be watching this, Matt? I will not because I'll be watching either NCAA tournament or the NIT.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is completely conflicting. What like you're trying to take away? Like there's nothing to take away from March
March
Madness.
31st, so it'll be on a Monday. So
That's the Monday after the Elite Eight.
basically opening day.
Yeah,
say,
pretty much.
of baseball. That's like first weekend of baseball. First.
So there's a bunch of conflicts here. Number one, March Madness and the NIT are going on at this time. Number two, baseball starts at that time. Number three, NBA is still going on.
Correct.
Number four, NHL is still going on. Number five, we're gearing up for the Masters. A lot of problems here.
Now here's the thing. Now, for the for the schools and coaches that make this thing, if they win it, does it save their job or they still get fired?
I have no idea what the prognosis is for this tournament. I mean, this is the first year they're doing it. It was founded last year, but they're doing it. It's kind of like the Jumpman Classic in North Carolina.
Now, have you been watching? On Tuesday nights? They've been having the women's 3-on-3.
Oh yeah, the 3-on-3 league. I heard about that. Yeah, is it any good? I haven't really tuned
I
in.
haven't been watching it. It's on Tuesday nights on TNT.
Ooh, okay.
Run by Brianna Stewart.
Oh no way.
Yeah, and I think she's got a team in that league. But it's like 3-on-3 full court, but they have like subs and stuff.
Oh my god. Christian, you can close the tabs by the way.
You need me to look anything else up?
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Oh boy. Well, I haven't really tuned into 3-on-3. I know that was an Olympic sport I think it's like 2021. Or was it like this Olympics too, that 3-on-3 basketball for women was like
last Olympics. But yeah, this is like say the this is the big three on Fox that they now. This is Ice Cubes, but this the big three that he did is just half court.
Right.
This is full court.
Yeah.
You know?
See the thing. I mean, I like it. I really like the full court. I mean, it's a lot of muscular stress because you're using full court with three people. 3x3 is a lot.
But it's good because now they're playing home. They're not going overseas.
True.
Off season, they could be doing this.
True.
You know.
So they're getting their reps in.
Yeah.
One thing I'm not really looking forward to, the UFL, because I'm all footballed out already. After the Super Bowl, I'm all footballed out. I need my 6 months. Actually, no, I need my cup of tea. I usually watch the Super Bowl,
Right.
digest free agency,
Right.
watch the draft,
See.
and then I wait for August. That's my cycle as a football
Jets
fan.
at Lambeau.
That is correct. Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yep.
I can only imagine why fans are even going to go there. That's going to be freezing cold.
Well, it's going to be end of April. It's going to be nice out. So, starting in a couple weeks, starting the first week of April. Okay,
Yes.
are you going to be doing your draft homework to see who the Giants pick for the first round pick?
You bet I am.
Okay.
That's not even a question.
Okay.
Of course I'm going to do my homework. But first I need to see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Giants, that changes everything.
Right.
But, oh boy, only time will tell. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to the Chubby Pickle. Carl's going home. Thank you so much for watching the Equinox on the part of Shared Universe Podcast Studios. Thank you for Christian for pushing the buttons. And before we go, always treat your elders with respect. As SpongeBob SquarePants once said, old people are the greatest. They are full of wisdom and experience, and I'm thankful for my elders. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm going to Florida next week. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.